Hey guys, I'm out here again in the good old Arizona desert, and I'm ready to do another experimental test firing for some Sinagua pottery that I've made. I've got here a smudge bowl I'm going to be attempting to smudge out. It's pretty plain on the inside, but the goal is to make this nice and black after the firing. And I've got a couple other little jars that I'm going to be doing. So join me as I get ready to get started on this firing for today. Well, we had some really crazy weather yesterday. It was Arizona State's birthday too, and it's pretty wet out here, so this is gonna be kind of interesting, but we're gonna see what happens. The first thing I always like to start doing is digging a little small, shallow pit. Well, I got my shallow pit dug. What's the next step, guys? You guessed it. I'm gonna hunt around for some scrap wood to get this first pre-fire going. When in doubt, always look for some down scrapped branches. Hopefully this isn't too wet. Oh boy, it's pretty on there good. This might be a freshly dead branch when it's that moist. Oh boy. Well, we'll see what we can do. Oh man, it must have rained pretty good last night here because some of these branches aren't even snapping in half. They're so moist. All right, and here is the lineup for today's firing. I've got quite a number of little jars. And I got those two bowls over here. Both of those are gonna be smudged. I'm gonna be trying two different methods for each one of them. They definitely turn out pretty nice. This one I used some of my good red hematite on that one there. Turned out pretty beautiful. And I've got these two little jars over here. This uses another type of hematite that I found around Camp Verde. It's got an orange color to it. And it dried a little bit funny, but I've got high hopes for it. And I've got my plainware jar right over here. It's got a really nice fluted neck to it. So I've got all my pottery on the side. They're on some cover sherds. The sand is so damp, I didn't want to gamble with getting any moisture on the pottery, and that was definitely a giveaway that was going to happen. So they're resting on these cover sherds. I'm going to get nice and warmed up. I'll rotate them around. I had a cheat today, guys. I actually hosed these wet sticks down with some lighter fluid. That's definitely going to make this thing a little bit interesting, but there's no way these damp branches are going to light. And I still need to get myself a new one of these things. This lighter ain't doing too well lately. All right, and there's one damp stick on fire right there. Let's hope it don't die out. All right, it looks like this fire is starting to go pretty well now. I do have some smoke coming out of it, which I normally don't have, but that's because that's a lot of the moisture from the water giving off in there, I believe. Well, it looks like we got ourselves a nice hot bed of coals right here that we can start stacking stuff on. This is gonna be a little interesting though, since I got these bowls that I want to smudge, but we'll see what happens. This is also the slowest burning fire I've ever seen, so that could also be an issue. Boy, this is gonna be pretty congested to try and get this all in. So for this first experimental bowl, I'm gonna put a bunch of pine needles in this thing. Chuck these guys right in there like so, and then we'll flip this upside down. So to all my coworkers that were wondering what in the world I was doing collecting all those pine needles from the Christmas lot this year, this is what it's for. Just gonna Yeah, I don't even know if I'm in enough room for this monster. This is a big guy. But you're gonna go right there, my friend. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Put my little guy here. And, ooh. Yeah, you should be fine there. And then we're gonna place this guy right side up, just like so. We don't need these anymore. I'm stacking this with a lot of nice openings for air to flow through. Gonna see some good gaps in this. My biggest concern is actually getting this thing to light on fire, though. That pre-firing was pretty difficult. A lot of this wood is a lot damper than I was expecting. But we'll see how it goes. You never know. The trick is once you get these things going, it's like a runaway freight train. They can be running on their own. Set that guy right there. He looks pretty happy right there. All right, let's see if I can find... Oh boy, I don't think that's gonna happen, but let's see if we can find some dry skinny sticks for this thing. Well, it's as I feared. These dry skinny sticks, they're not really too dry right now. So we may have to use the old lighter fluid again just to get this thing jump started. All right, so I've added a little bit of lighter fluid to these skinny sticks and hoping that that's gonna do the trick. I've got here the old half-broken Sinagua peace pipe starter right here. Let's hope this doesn't die out on me like it's been doing lately. Oh boy, it is on its last leg. Oh, hey, but there we go. So there is hopeful fire number one. I'm also gonna try starting it up here at the top, just in case one of these burns out. There's backup plan number two. And they always say third time's a charm. And there we go with that one. So hopefully one of these continues to go, and we'll get this fire going underway. I got my fingers crossed on this one. All right, it looks like I finally got this crazy thing going. As you can see, the top died out and the other side died out, but luckily we did 3 fires here and this one is going. So we'll just give it a few minutes to warm itself up and hopefully spread to the other side, and we'll take some readings. Well, as you can see, this backside still has not combusted yet, but it's getting there. The rest of it is going really well right now. We got some good temperature readings. Uh-oh. Well, that isn't good. I just saw something fly out of here and make a pop. Oh boy. It's probably that red jar. Well, that was one of the craziest firings I have ever had in a long time. I suspect the culprit in this firing, though, was the wet firewood that was all in this area. Unfortunately, I had no other choice. The fire's going really well now. I'm gonna let this thing die out completely. I'll come back after it's cooled down and pull the things out, and hopefully something survived in there. Well, they're still pretty quite hot. Well, these guys are still cooling. It looks like the suspect that exploded and was making all the ruckus inside this fire was the large bull. It's pretty interesting. Look at that crack on that guy. Oh man, that is awesome. Nothing like some fireworks, right? But we're just going to continue to let this cool down for a little bit more, and then we'll pull some of these out. Well, here's everything cooling down right now. Pulled out of the fire. Oh boy, what's left of this poor guy. I think I'll glue him back together though. That's actually kind of cool. Here was that red jar. Doesn't really look kind of red anymore. And that guy, I had a bad feeling about this one, but look at those beautiful fire clouds on it. At least one of the bowls survived. And then the experimental hematite paint right there that I just found. Oh, beautiful. Well, guys, that was a pretty cool fire, and I just love a good explosion. That bowl, I think I'm gonna wind up gluing it back together and see if we can't make it look somewhat decent. But that still was pretty darn cool, I think. And I've got this jar here that did not pass the quality control inspection. Oh boy. I knew this was gonna be an issue because when I was making it, it dried really funny. And then when it dried, I tried to use a little bit of water and kind of buff it back in, and it looked like I had gotten the crack gone. But I've never been successful at repairing a dry crack. So, as to be expected, it cracked exactly right where it is. I can see where I used the stone to kind of smash it in. And then it looks like it decided to go a step further and crack along the rim here, which I suspect probably would have been where I added one of the coils, because it's almost exactly all the way through on this thing. All right, and my jars, these two at least, they turned out. These were a success. I'm really not sure about this guy though. No cracks, but really weird stuff was going on with this one. I used a red hematite wash, and does this look red to you guys? I don't know about that. I've got a little bit of red here. That's really beautiful. I've got this really weird gritty stuff going on the bottom here. I don't know if I had some water from the branches leak out, some sap or something. And it also leaked on here, which is really weird considering it would have been upside down. That's a bit of a mystery to me. I did smudge the inside of it though, and that looks beautiful as well. Oh, I don't know, I might be getting addicted to this smudging. It just adds a really beautiful effect to it. I like that. This guy, this little guy, look at him, a cute guy. He has a small jar. Oh man. He turned out successful. Got some neat fire clouds on the bottom. No smudging on the inside. Really beautiful ding to him. This one has a good ding to it too. Oh yeah. I used some new temper in these as well, guys, that I was testing out. That's why I made so many little jars. And I'm really happy with the temper. It's this is some of the smoothest clay I've got right now. But I wonder if it could have contributed to this weird, I don't know. Well, it's back to the drawing board to test out with these jars. And we got one more thing. My still really hot to touch bowl. Oh man, this little guy, that is beautiful. Look at the inside of that. Isn't that cool? Wow. Again, I had the same issue. This uses the same clay as that red jar that went in. And it don't look red anymore. I was hoping this was gonna be a nice, pretty red on the outside. I wonder if that had to do with the fire getting too hot. I got some weird temperatures. So I'm gonna remake that big bowl one of these days again and try and resmudge it and see if the wet branches that I was using wasn't a contributing factor in today's happy little accidents. But boy, I tell you, these are just beautiful. Ah, wonderful. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's firing. It sure was a blast, and quite literally inside that fire too. I learned quite a bit today. I already can't wait to make my next experimental bowls. If you guys really enjoyed this video or content like it, please be sure to consider hitting that subscribe button and helping this channel grow. All right, my friends, till next time.